This is the inspiration for today's video. We'll be learning how to cut and sew this trendy BOUBOU kaftan. If it is something you're interested in, then stay with me till the end of this video. I made a video already on how to cut the inner. The link is going to be in the description box if you're interested in it. Hey fashion lovers, you're welcome back to this channel. If this is your first time here, thank you so much for clicking on this video, and for the returning viewers, thank you so much as well. Thank you for always coming back. You already know what we'll be making in this video. Without wasting much of our time, I'll be using 4 yards of Dutchess material for this, which I cut into two. That is 2 yards. I'll be telling you why I cut it into two as we proceed in this video. If you notice that the front has slit, it is open from the chest downward. So that means that we'll first be creating that slit before we start imputing our measurement. So I took one of the pieces and fold it into two. After I folded it into two, what I'll be doing is that I will take 1 inch, which is for this front slit. I'll be taking 1 inch on the folded part. On the folded part, be taking 1 inch. I will take it all the way down. Now you're going to determine how much you want this to be covered in front. For me now, I'll be using 15 inches. Close this 15 inches. The rest is going to be open. Only this part is going to be closed. 15 inches. Can make yours 10, can make yours 20. For this dress, I'll be making it just 15 inches. And I'll go to my sewing machine and just sew from here down. And I'll come back and show you what next. After stitching that 15 inches, I went ahead and placed the back piece on it. Now we'll start imputing our measurement. And the very first one I'll be starting with, of course, is the neckline. Remember, this is the front. This 1 inch is for slit. This is back. This is turtleneck, so the neck will not be too wide. I'll be using 3 inches for the wideness. 3 inches. For the back, I'll be using just 1.5. 1.5 inches for the back. 3 inches for the wideness. The back piece, I'll be using 1.5 inches. And I'm just going to create that curve. This is the back. Now the front, I'll be using 3 inches for the wideness as well. And I'll be using 3 inches for the depth. I'll be creating that curve here as well. I didn't add this 1 inch to it because it's sealed already, so it's going to be inside. So the 3, I started from here, 3 by 3. This is 3 and 3 inches. And for the back, it's going to be 3 is same, but the depth is not going to be 3 like the front. It's just 1.5 inch. And let's cut. Now we have to determine the shoulder slope, but before then, I want you to measure from your center back to your wrist, wherever you want this to stop. That is what you should cut out from the neckline. The length I have on this material, it's perfect for my center back to the wrist, so I'll be using the entire length of this fabric without reducing it. And don't forget that the front is going to be shorter than the back with 1 inch, because we already took 1 inch for the slit, so the front is going to be shorter than the back with 1 inch. Now I'm going to come down by 1 inch for shoulder slope, and I'll be connecting that to the neckline to create the shoulder slope. I flip it to the other side so you see what I'm doing. That is the 1 inch I was talking about. The front is shorter than the back with 1 inch. From this shoulder slope, I will be inserting the waist circumference. This is how you take your waist measurement. Mine is 8 inches, but for this dress is 14 inches. And I will not be dividing it by 2 because we'll be pleating these. So I will just mark that 14 inches. On this 14 inches, I will come in by 1 inch. After that, I'm going to come to the shoulder and determine the knee length. The knee length is 40 inches, but I'll be coming up by 2 inches. That is 38 inches. 2 inches above the knee length. On this 38 inches, I'll be inserting the hip measurement. The hip measurement is 50 inches divided by 4 is 2.5. I'll be adding extra 2 inches for ease. That is 14.5, and I'll be adding extra 1 inch for seam allowance. That is 15.5. So I will just extend that 15 inches down. We'll be creating a curve. The curve is going to start from here, that 2 inches above the knee, to this seam allowance. There is really nothing hard. That's it. Just make a curve from here. You can make it as deep as you want. The deeper the curve, the more volume you have on the sleeves. You know there is huge volume on the sleeves. So the deeper you make the curve here, the more volume you have. Now I'm just going to cut from that 1 inch we marked earlier. Don't forget we're cutting both the front and the back pieces together. Trim the excess at the back as well to make it equal. That's it for your gown. You can see this is the 1 inch seam allowance. You can see the drape, and this is the length. We'll be putting this place into 7 inches and put band. So what we're going to do is to take this to the same machine, right side facing the right side, and first of all close this shoulder. Close the shoulder on both sides. Pleat this place in your band, or if you want to put elastic, you're free to do so. And close this place as well. Close it all the way down. Now I am just cutting the front piece into 2. That place we marked 1 inch down, so we're just going to cut it or open it. For the back piece, I'll be coming down by 4 inches. That is going to be the button space, and you just cut it up to 4 inches. This is the back piece. This is where your button stays because no zipper. This is the front. This is what you're going to have in front. Here is closed and the rest will be open. That is it. This is the band that I'll be using. I just cut 30 inches by length. It depends on how long you want the band to be. So I made this just 30 inches, and I made it just 4.5 inches wide. You can make yours 4 inches, but I made mine 4.5 inches. So you just place this like this, you fold it into 2, and come here, let me show you. Notch the middle, you fold into 2 and notch the middle. Notch the middle. That is, you're going to measure 3.5 inches here and 3.5 inches from this middle. That's total 7 inches. So you're going to do this on the wrong side though. You stitch from that 3.5 inches all the way, you close it here. You do from that 3.5 inches, you close it. So use that opening to turn it to the right side. That opening is where you're going to pleat the hand of your boo like that 7 inches. That is where you're going to pleat it inside and just stop stitch. That's all. I'll come back and show you what next after I stitch everything together. Here is the work so far. This is the band I was saying. You can make yours longer, but I prefer it this way. This is the drape, you can see, and this is the straight stitch down. This is the front that has the slit. This is the neckline, and this is the button space at the back. To do the turtleneck, you're just going to come here from where the button hole is starting from. Just going to measure it all round. Here I have 19.5. That is what I'll be using to cut the turtle, and the length of the turtle is not going to be more than 2 inches. After joining everything together, here is our beautiful cowl gown. This is the neck. I added turtle already. I thought it's going to be turtleneck, so this place was just 2 inches in length. It's 2 inches. I fixed the buttonhole as well, and look at the front slit. I top stitched. I just folded it in and I top stitched. Also, look at the band. I told you this place is going to be gathered. Look at that. Just tie. I don't want this band to be too long. Yours could be as long as you want. So look at that. The shoulder, the sleeves. I like showing you fresh so that you understand this is a process. In case if yours does not look exactly the same way as mine is looking after you finish sewing, just know that all it takes is just iron. I could iron it and come back and show you, oh, this is the perfect work, but you need to see it as it's been done, because for you to click on this video, I know you want to learn, you want to know how is being made from scratch. So there is no need to fake anything or to make everything look perfect. Just see the way it is after you finish sewing. It is normal for your clothes to rumple when you're done. Just take it to the iron and press it down. That is all it takes to have that perfect look. So this is the end of today's tutorial. If you find this really helpful, kindly subscribe to my channel, like and share my video. Drop your comment as well if you have any. I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you.